somewhere out there in the world, maybe it's you watching this video right now. Maybe you're in a place where you feel stuck, where there's something you feel that's holding you back, or some habit that you're trying to shift, or maybe you're trying to reach the next level of your life or improve your relationship, and you feel stuck. You feel like, if you could just change this one thing, everything will be all right. Maybe you're addicted to drugs or alcohol or a substance or whatever it is. And I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you that I've cracked the fucking code to life, because I haven't. But I want you to know that you can change. You can. I know people say, a leopard never changes his spots or whatever, but that's not true. You can change. If you really have a desire to do something, and you're willing to dedicate your time to that for a long enough period of time, you will change. I used to wake up in the morning and I'd either roll a joint or I'd rack up a line of coke, before I did anything, before any thought of food or my wife or girlfriend at the time, before anything. Drugs came before everything. And if that's you right now, you can change. You can. Anything is possible. You just have to know that anything is possible. You have to be open to that mindset. And you have to be willing. You absolutely have to have had enough of that certain aspect of yourself and be like, do you know what? Fuck this. I've had enough. I want to fucking change. I don't want to be that guy anymore. I don't want to be untrustworthy and disloyal. I don't want to rob and steal. I don't want to sell drugs. I don't want to feel like, I'm wasting all my fucking days high. Do you know what I mean? And getting nothing done. I used to have like this internal dialogue in myself. It would be like I'd have fucking two or like multiple people inside, like all fucking warring, but the drug side, the negative side would always win in the end. Like I said, I'd start my day fucking getting high as fuck, and then immediately after I'd be like getting thoughts of, why the fuck did I do that? Having that self-loathing and like, oh, fuck's sake, I've done it again. And then as the day goes on and on, you think, tomorrow will be fucking different. Tomorrow will be different. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that thing that I've been thinking about, or I'm not going to wake up and fucking do drugs tomorrow. I'm not going to let it take me tomorrow. And then you wake up again the next day and you do it again and again and again. That was my life for like 23 years, I think it was. Over 20 years. High on some form of substance every single day from when I was like 15 up until 18 months ago, and I'm 41, so it's a long time. And it's not until you come out of things and sort of shift that mind state, you sort of go through these little stages, I guess, like mental stages. When I stopped smoking weed, you know, cocaine was the last thing that I gave up, you know. But when I stopped smoking weed, it was like, after a while, it was like, you know, it was like it was never fucking there to begin with. It was quite mad how the drastic psychological change happened and takes effect. And after I stopped and I tried to start again, well, not tried to start, just, you know, when I next smoked a joint, it made me feel so fucking weird. Like, I just didn't like it, you know. The thing is like, sobriety is addictive, you know. When you feel that surge of life running through you and having clarity, waking up in the morning and just feeling good, you know, even on your shittest day, even a day where loads of negative shit happens, it's still a million times better when you're sober than when you're not, if that makes any sense. You know, your shittest day sober is way, way better than your worst day when you're getting high every day. You know, and it's mad to think about. I was saying to my brother yesterday, when you're in recovery and, you know, you go to these meetings and whatnot and you build relationships with all these people and, you know, you get to go through recovery together and you see people pick up their chips. That's like what you get when you reach certain stages and you have certain amounts of clean time, you know, you get little chips. And, you know, you build relationships with these people. And then occasionally someone will die. Someone will fucking fall off the wagon and overdose and die. Or someone will relapse and go back out of the rooms, you know, people that you really look up to and really admire, people that, you know, have helped me. And, you know, welcomed me in a time where I really fucking needed help and I felt so alone. You know, even though I was surrounded by people who cared about me, I still felt so fucking alone. And it's so sad, you know, it's so fucking sad to see that happening all the time. And it just made me think, you know, I'm lucky that I'm aware of that, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I'm not the fucking perfect human being. I'm a work in progress. I would never sit here and try and tell you I've reached some sort of fucking heightened level of awareness and I've had some sort of, you know, massive spiritual awakening, which people do talk about in recovery. And I have felt things that I cannot explain, and I've seen things that I cannot fully explain, and experienced things that are just unbelievable, like being sober. You know, strange little coincidences. But I would never, you know, I don't put myself above anyone just for the fact that I'm sober and I'm able, you know. But I'm lucky to be aware of these things. Do you know what I mean? And it made me think, like, of all the people out there that are struggling. Do you know what I mean? Some people don't even know. They don't even know they're struggling. They have no idea that they're fucked. I used to think that I just took drugs just because I enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? And for a while, in the very, very early days, that was probably true. But really, I was just covering up feelings. Do you know what I mean? I was unable to deal with shit that had happened, or, you know, shit that was happening. And some things are going to happen out of your control, you know. The area that you grew up in, you know, your family, or stuff that happens in the house you grow up in, or, you know, your fucking skin colour, or a certain area of the world that you grow up in. There's things that you cannot help, okay? But sometimes you're going to be piling more shit onto your own plate, and you won't realise that, you know. For anyone that is out there watching this right now that is suffering with addiction, or one other area of their life, or they're new to self-improvement and they're just looking for change, just looking for a little bit more contentment, it is possible, okay? And you are not alone. If you really want it, you can get it. You're not going to be stuck forever, okay?